Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. So this is the No Scriptcast channel. It's a channel where I give my thoughts and opinions on things that are happening in the world today. And to start off with, I want to talk about being a nice guy. Does this sound familiar? You try to do the right thing, you try to make people happy, you go out of your way to please people, but at the end of the day you just feel empty, alone, financially broke, and just dead inside. You're not alone. You are not alone, okay? You unfortunately have something that's called Mr. Nice Guy syndrome. and don't worry, because I've got it too, and so do a lot of people my age, our age. So yeah, being a nice guy can ruin your life. Unfortunately, you end up getting not getting your needs met, and slowly over time what ends up happening is you get more and more bitter and resentful at the world until eventually you snap at somebody or something, which is not a healthy way to deal with it. So what's the solution to being having Mr. Nice Guy syndrome, being the nice guy all the time? Is the solution being an asshole and going around and just being crap to everyone? I hope not. That's definitely not my solution to it. I think if you're like me and you sort of suffer from being a nice guy, what can often happen is you end up withdrawing from society. I know for myself, I find it very hard to say no to people. So what I often do is just remove myself from situations where I know that things are going to be expected or asked of me, which isn't a healthy way to do it, but I think setting some boundaries is probably a good thing to do. Other solutions is probably just learning to maintain your frame. So if you've ever heard that term before, your frame is sort of your own mental point of origin, your own, just remaining focused on your own thoughts, feelings and emotions, and not being too swayed or moved or influenced by the emotions of people that you encounter. And I guess for some people this is easier than for others. For myself, I don't find it very easy at all. I find that the more time that I spend with someone, the more I will become influenced by their frame of emotion and reference to the world. And this is something I struggle with. And this is also, again, this is another reason why I withdraw and become socially isolated, I think. But really maintaining your frame, thinking about what you actually want. So before you go into social situations, interacting with, this can be dating, it's way harder if you're married already, but this could be in your marriage, even at work. I just started a new job and I found myself in the position where they kept moving my shifts around, and I kept trying to accommodate until I found myself on a Friday night with them having changed my shift, I think 4 times, and me eventually just having to say to them, look, I can either do the shift that you assigned, or, I'm basically done. And again, that comes back to that sort of accommodating with people, and then it getting to a point where you have to, I won't say snap, but you sort of have to feel like you have to take drastic action to achieve some sort of a result. So, I think this really affects people in every aspect of their life, and it's definitely something I've struggled with. So one way is to avoid situations, but it's probably not a very healthy way. Another way is to focus on maintaining your own frame. And I think the other thing too is, the third thing I'd say is, make sure you're engaging in activities and things that fill you up spiritually, emotionally and mentally. I know for myself, I've just come off 6 months of training, which went straight into starting a new job. And it's been quite an intensive period of time in my life. And I sort of had to stop at a point and just realize, oh man, I'm just totally spent, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I'm just totally spent. And sometimes you have to think about, those internal resources that you have that you draw upon. And if you're anything like me, sometimes, if you're a person that's naturally giving, or that's a people pleaser, sometimes you can just continually give until there's literally nothing there, and then you find yourself in a situation where, again, you sort of withdraw because you don't have anything. Like you wake up in the morning and you can't even, you don't even have the energy to do the things that you might enjoy doing because you're just so exhausted from people pleasing everybody for an extended period of time. So I think that's one thing. Now, it's going to be different for everyone. I know for myself, it's doing photography, music, things where I can really focus on the moment and get lost in the moment. I find that if I'm doing things that don't really take all of my attention, then my mind wanders and I start to worry about things, and that's wears me down even more. Or I'm thinking about how other people are perceiving me, that wears me down more. So if you're suffering from that sort of people pleaser, Mr. Nice Guy syndrome, there's 3 things that you can really focus on. Setting some boundaries, maybe removing yourself from the situation, focusing on your own frame and those things that you are looking to get out of any interaction, whether that be a romantic interaction, social, financial, at work, any of those things really. Really focusing on what you want to go before you go into a situation, and then reevaluating when you're done. Okay, did I stick to my plan? Did I stick to what I wanted to achieve? Or did I find myself getting moved in the direction of whoever I was engaging with? And the third thing is just, filling up those resources, because I know for myself, I find it really hard to set boundaries, maintain my frame if I'm really worn down and exhausted. It becomes, at a certain point, it becomes nearly impossible. So that's where you've got to fill yourself up. Now, if you're single, that's probably going to be easier for you to do. You can set up routines. If you're married like me, it becomes more challenging. But I think, I'm approaching middle age, and I think, that's one thing I've realised is that, you've really got to carve out some time for yourself. Even if you're a people pleaser, even if you're Mr. Nice Guy, you've got to carve out some time for yourself to look after yourself. Otherwise, there just won't be anything left. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below, and I look forward to talking to you. Bye.